The Lord told me to come over here and take care of business.
The Holy Roller claims he was doing God's work, totaling 4 vehicles. But this parking lot apocalypse was cut short when sheriffs put an end to his higher calling.
The Lord told me to come over here and take care of business.
Mexico City, Mexico. World-famous matadors are on hand to duel a notoriously nasty bull named Pajarito. The enraged bull storms into the ring, but he's got a very different opponent in mind. Without warning, the 1,000-pound animal charges right into the stands. It's an incredibly powerful leap. Spectators scramble for their lives. The bull lowers his razor-sharp horns and goes in for the goring. Fans don't stand a chance. Suddenly, an elderly woman gets caught in his path. But with all her might, she holds onto the bull's killer horn. Somehow, she pushes herself clear. Matadors finally get control before anyone is killed. These fans thought they had front row seats to the spectacle of a bullfight. That they'd be the target of the snarling beast. Duncan, Oklahoma. Bill Willard is legally deaf. And 3 local meth heads think that makes him an easy target. But the hearing-impaired homeowner stays on high alert for situations like this.
Sorry, Marty, you can get it right. Can I get some gas? But they're really right now. You know, right now? No, okay. Sorry.
Bill isn't falling for their con job, so the thugs burst across the threshold and tackle the older man. They yell for him to hand over his cash, a foolish approach given his condition.
If they knew I was deaf, if they were high, they would shoot them now.
Bill has to defend himself, and he's ready. While the addicts grab his wallet from one pocket, Bill reaches into another. Bill pulls a pistol from his jeans and fires, but his shot misses. Now it's the robbers who are furious. They bash Bill's hands and jump on his head, trying to wrest the weapon from his grip.
I was very afraid of death. I don't know what should happen.
Bill can no longer hold on under the relentless blows. He releases the pistol, and he finds himself staring down the barrel of his own gun. I thought they were trying to pour the barrel at me. I thought I'd be dead. I thought I would never see my family. But incredibly, the gun jams. The frustrated thieves try to tie Bill up and ransack his house. But the feisty homeowner shows no fear and bullies the punks into leaving.
Hey, what you keep looking around? What are you looking for? Let's get out of here. You can't hold your money. Go.
The meth heads are soon arrested and sentenced to a total of 65 years. And after this violent clash of wills, that's music to Bill's ears.
I was glad when I left. I'm still alive.
Just ahead, an irate motorist plays bumper cars with a bike brigade. Plus, when someone steals his parking space, a driver goes berserk. Then,
take him into custody.
A convict's brother lashes out at a judge and takes order out of the court. That's next on Most Daring, when tempers flare.
Auburn, Massachusetts. At the end of his shift, a tired clerk counts out the day's profits to drop in a safe. The man doesn't know that for two brutal thieves, the few dollars he leaves in the till are worth more than his life. He walks to the back to deposit the cash, but when he returns, armed hoodlums storm in, and without hesitation, one pulls the trigger. Amazingly, the pistol jams. The cashier recoils in horror, while the cold-hearted thug clears the bullet from the chamber and tries again. It's another jam. Undeterred, they demand cash and cigarettes. The man at the counter isn't about to press his luck. He quickly gives the offenders what they want. A fistful of bills and a few packs of smokes satisfies their bloodthirsty cravings. The trigger-happy punk orders the worker to the floor, then follows his accomplice out the door. The man calls police, and it's not long before an officer is on the scene. It's a troubling case for Sergeant Jeffrey Laurie.
These are just two very heinous individuals who weren't thinking. It was just about committing the crime, and they didn't care who they hurt in the process. To attempt to take another human life over such an insignificant amount of property is terrible.
Thankfully, when crazed stick-up men rushed the store ready to murder, this clerk didn't just dodge a bullet. He dodged two. Kalamazoo, Michigan.
OB3 should be 0.
Courtrooms are supposed to be bastions of law and order.
On count 2, you'll serve a mandatory term of 2 years.
But when Judge Gary Jaguar sentences a man to more than 20 years behind bars,
But you're remanded to custody of the sheriff to begin serving your sentence.
this house of law descends into a house of chaos. The guilty man's brother lashes out with a verbal attack.
Anyone not obeying the deputy is contempt of court. He's in contempt. Take him into custody.
Bailiffs move in, but the brother counters with a warning.
Why we couldn't just leave out of here? I'll fire him. I can get out if I wanted to.
Officers rip the combative man off his bench. But their next step backfires badly. A stream of pepper spray misses its target and hits a woman in the crowd.
Take care of them. Take care of them.
It takes several cops to subdue the belligerent sibling. Finally, the enraged spectator is hauled into a holding cell right next to his convicted younger brother. He decided to challenge a judge
contempt of court, take him into custody.
and ignited a courtroom firestorm, forcing officers to lay down the law. Sacramento, California. A large group of cyclists stage a rally for safety on city streets.
Thanks for coming. Don't be afraid to care.